Yay. Well, my hair doesn't look so bad, all things considered. Yay, it's Donna and Maureen.
Eh,
Awesome. How are you?
oh, not too bad.
I was just marveling how my hair doesn't look as bad as I thought. Hey, do you remember these earrings? These are from a million years ago. They're definitely Avon. Um, I loved them way, way back. It's a butter,
I
like
must have for me.
a dragonfly. Yeah, they're from forever ago and they're really big. I love them. But I lost the original pair. I had to get a replacement pair on eBay. Yeah,
Oh,
I like that. There's very few that I would do that with, but I like these that much. But they're definitely huge. Oh, so I did a thing yesterday. Uh, I went down, Julie, that is the stage manager for the community theater thing, asked me to do a thing at the Boys and Girls Club with her, where we sat at tables and we were supposed to represent certain segments if the kids aren't going to college. And I was in the sales segment. So that was interesting, but more people got to know what I do. And of course, the other people set up came over, and one of them asked me for a book, and everybody was making up the van because it was right outside. And that was interesting. But it was in a town that it's not got a good reputation, but the Boys and Girls Club building outside looked, I went, oh, great. And inside it was gorgeous. I don't know what that was all about, but very nice, very clean, very well done. It looked like it had new floors and everything. But outside, when I went to go down there, somebody I met at the store said, "Where are you going?" I said, "I'm headed to Lowell, Massachusetts." And they're like, "Oh, I'm sorry."
oh,
It's one of those things, right? Where you go, "Oh, are you going there voluntarily or what happened?" So, but anyway, that was that. So that was fun. So what's up with you guys?
Not a
we
lot.
had this morning with Big Am and um, I can't remember his name from SendOutCards.
Oh, who were you? Oh, that was this. There was a thing this
It
morning.
was well, I was surfing Facebook and I found and it was I don't know I don't know when it
Is it
played.
was it live?
No, it was just
Oh, so was it Cody Bateman?
no, he wasn't in it. It was just that Big Al guy, the
Oh,
one that
Big Al Schreider.
yeah.
Yeah, Tom Schreider. Yeah,
And
yeah,
then
he's funny.
yeah, and I mean it was very entertaining.
I've seen him in person a few times because he goes on those the MLM cruise thing is his son-in-law, which what's his name? I've forgotten his name, but Art Jonak. Jonak does the MLM cruise, and I didn't realize at the beginning that's his father-in-law is Big Al. He has the books. His real name is Tom Schreider.
Oh, I
So
just knew him as Big Al.
he actually is the one that he helped me realize I was feeling. I guess I feel intimidated more often than I let it show because I was on this cruise, and these guys always go around. It's a lot. Most of the heavy hitters are men, and they have to wear these giant Rolex watches, and they're flashy, and all their girlfriends are 89 pounds soaking wet up on big stilettos with yeah, they're trophy wives or whatever. Yeah. So I always are like, oh yeah. And he made me realize that I'm not so far behind the earnings of them guys. What the difference is that per year I earn less, but they've had to start over a bunch of times because most of them have been with companies that were trendy that did really big and they got really big checks and then they got dumped because the company went down. Then there was a bunch of time they didn't get any money. And then they had to start again and build it up again. And then they got a bunch of money. And they had to keep doing that. So if you compare the total they took in to the total I took in, it's not that much different. And he's the one that, that told me that. I'm like, oh, I didn't think of that because I don't know them all personally well enough to know that they had to keep starting over.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
because they kind of were, I don't know, good naturedly kidding with me that I was with Avon because Avon is not known as an MLM company to them. You know, they only think that of the nutrition drinks or the diet cookies or what
Hmm.
those kind they always think of, but ones like ours, they don't. So, hey, Penny,
Hi, Lisa
how are
and
you?
Donna and Marie or Maureen. Sorry.
That's
I
okay.
I did this is the convention card. Well, yeah, and it's still backwards. The I've sent out 21 to downline members, but the report, unless you've got different information, let me know. Um, the report comes up without you being able to set the parameters of it for that particular who's going to convention. It just comes up as a Excel file. So I can't get it to give me all my generations. It's only giving me first, second, and third. Does anybody else know some different information about that? Okay. So yeah, that's what I've done so
Mm.
far. 21 of those. I just finished a customer mailing for all my Avon customers. And is it just me or I'm getting orders every day now? Like two, three orders every day. For me, that's unusual.
Mm.
I mean, all of a sudden people are coming out of the woodwork and ordering. That I don't know what I'm doing different. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not getting orders.
You're
No, I'm
not?
not either.
Mm-mm.
What do you do? What are you doing though? I mean, are you trying to get orders?
Yeah, but the problem is, and this is one thing that I have to change, is I don't leave my house every day like I used to.
I don't either.
So I'm not getting out there, but I'm also not active on social media like I should be, which I'm slowly changing. It's just that block, so I'm slowly changing it. But I will say I made that one card, but the bug guard, and I put a reel up, and I did get an order from that.
How about though, are you on a subscription? So you're doing so many cards a day or you're not doing that?
Oh yeah, I do 10 cards a day.
Okay. So of those 10, how many of them are to customers, previous customers? Well, there you go. That's part of it. You might want to do that. Are all the 10 are just for your card group thing so far?
So far, yeah. And I did send some of the bug guard cards out to people.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I just printed, and of course, I'm always moving things around, so I don't know where it is right now. But I just printed my customer list off of Avon.
Oh,
Because I
good.
was gonna mail all of them a 4th of July card.
Well, you could do a an ad card at this point. You wouldn't necessarily need to do just the happy card.
Okay.
I mean, just a thought.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just
I'm trying to
because,
figure out different ways to, you know, you can
you
be
know,
successful at anything.
if enough
I'm
people,
trying to figure out more ways to get out there um without leaving my house because I don't leave my house every day.
well, I mean, I don't either. And I live around way less people than you. So
Yeah.
even when I do leave my house, I just drove a half hour to go get some groceries. And I saw, I don't know, three people or whatever it was. You don't, and that's it. I came right back here. It's not really about leaving your
It
house.
is. It's the consistency, and I've never in my life been a consistent person.
Oh, that's tough. But
Yeah.
that's
Me
something
never
that you
either.
can fix. That's
I
something you
have
can fix, though.
always flown by the seat of my pants.
Oh, and I was doing that, but it didn't pay as good.
It's
No.
not paying.
With the thing I do with the 10, I do 10 a day. And if I don't do 10, I really, really, really I don't like when I do that. So I really, really do 10 a day. I mean, I can tell you the 2 times in the last 8 months that I didn't do 10. So you might want to, what I'm doing is I make sure like the Avon Info Only, the recruiting card that I'm sending right now, at least one has to be out of those 10. It has to at least be one. And the customer card has to at least be one. Usually it's 3 or 4. And I do the thank you cards first. And now I have the convention cards. And then the rest of it gets divvied up between customers and recruits. And
See, and I
by
lost
doing that over time, though, I'm getting, I think it's snowball effect, I think is what
yeah,
I'm getting.
and I lost my one and only downline. She just decided she didn't want to do it anymore.
Well, you know
So
what? I probably lost 200 downline last campaign.
yeah, see, but I only had one, and she just so
But see, that's why you don't want just one.
right,
Right. Right. People can say it's not a numbers game all they want, but
but it's a numbers game.
well, if you don't, because only 1% are going to want to order.
Mhm.
So when I'm sending stuff out, I know 10 people today are going to get cards from me because last week I sent 10. Every single day that happens, I know 10 of either customers or potential recruits are going to get my Avon thing. I think that's helping. That's why I suggested that. So, but you're doing your 10.
And I am doing my 10.
Well, that's
But
consistent.
like
That's
I said,
consistent.
they're the group right now to the
Right.
group.
But
So I have to change that, and I have to actively say you need to send 5 to the group and 5 to Avon people. But see, I don't even have any potential recruits. So like I don't have a list of,
we'll do the customers.
so I'm just gonna do my customer list out of
Yeah.
Avon that I have.
You have former a team member, you at least have one.
Yeah, but I don't know, even though like the previous ones I had like years and years ago,
Yeah.
no idea where their information went.
Oh, you don't have them in SendOutCards?
No, because I didn't do send out cards then.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay. I'm trying to figure another way to find it. Do you have access to Vibe now?
I do.
Did you try running it with like the parameters wide open?
No, but I
Like
will do that. I will definitely do
either
that.
no matter who you got, especially like the inactive thing,
Yeah,
inactive, no matter who you got, be somebody you don't have now.
right. And then I used to have a list. A friend of mine, she stopped selling and she gave me her list. And again, it was before I used send out cards. And for the life of me, I cannot find where that, I don't know if I threw it away. I don't know what I did with it, but I cannot find that list. And there
Well,
was over 100 people's names.
how did she give it to you?
She emailed it to me, but I can't
Then you
even
could
find it in my email.
you using the same email provider?
Yeah,
So you should be able to look into old email and
yeah,
search for her name or something.
yeah. I've done everything and I can't find it. And like I said, she had over 150, I think over 150 customers or people, not customers, but people. And
Hmm.
a couple of them I had sold to previously. And one of them I still send birthday cards to, I stay in contact with. But I was like, God, I wish I could find that well, I didn't say that. I said a few curse words and because I was frustrated. Like I
Well,
wish I
how
could
about
find
her?
that
Is she
list.
maybe she can find it in her email to resend it to you. You reach out to her and say, "Hey, look in your email, see if you can send that to me again."
Yeah, because that was gold. Yeah, that was gold.
Yeah, just some thoughts on that. Hey,
Mhm.
Deanna, are you? I think you just got back from somewhere, didn't you?
Um, a week ago, yeah.
A week ago, week or so.
Yeah,
Hey,
I went on oh my God, the best cruise of my life. It was Virgin Voyages 18. You have to be 18 and up to get on the ship. So
ooh,
it was a totally different ball game. Like, because
I
there's
bet.
yeah, I'm used to hiding out in the Serenity deck for the 18 or older deck, but the whole ship was for me. So it was
Oh, that's
awesome.
awesome. Do you run into any hunks?
Well, no.
Ooh, nice.
No,
Yep.
it was actually a work trip. It was for travel agents only, so it was like a totally last minute thing. But it was awesome. There's no buffets. Everything's made to order. 5-star Michelin standard
Wow.
food. They even had adult popsicles with like made with champagne and wine, and oh, it was awesome.
Oh, and of course, Donna and I, the minute you said adult popsicles, we were thinking the shape of them.
Oh, no, they were regular shape. They just had like alcohol in them.
Donna and I can tell Donna, you and I were thinking the same.
Yeah.
Not that
Yeah.
special. No.
Oh, that's awesome. Now, you know what I was going to ask you, if you don't mind? I think most people realize that you don't do Avon anymore. You went and you're doing other stuff. Okay.
Yes.
When you first were doing that, when you first had to make the switch, um, did you just get out your database and start doing it that way? Or what were your first steps when you said, okay, change of plans, here's what I'm going to do now?
Well, after my mental crisis breakdown,
Which
after I
we all would have had that happen. Don't feel
survived that, yeah, basically, I did, I contacted all my customers. So I did posts in my VIP, I did a live, I think I did one on my public page. I did for a while send out some cards to customers, just letting them know, this is the new stuff, blah blah blah. And I just slowly had to rebrand, and it's been a venture, truly, because I literally a couple weeks ago I was in a restaurant, someone's like, this is me, and I'm like, I
Oh,
am not.
no,
I just
that must
I
be
did
hard. That's yeah.
too good of a job of branding myself, so I've totally learned from that. So
I like the fact that you're doing just your own now. That's awesome.
thank you. Yeah, because I do have a name and some people don't even know it. They just know Avon Lady.
I'm right there with you. Don't worry. You know, it was a little disheartening last night I did this event with Julie Carpenter at the Boys and Girls Club down in Massachusetts, and the kids and Julie and her colleagues too, they were not impressed with any of my Avon stuff. Not, I mean, the car kind of, but because they hadn't seen one before, but none of that stuff was impressive. They were all like, "Oh my God, you wrote a book?"
Oh, that's awesome.
And you know what's funny is I not only is that I have a bunch of books, that's just not that one, but I haven't made the amount of money on writing books that I've made in direct sales, right? So
Yeah,
I just think that's hilarious that that's the thing. It's
that they
more of
recognize.
a marketing tool. The writing a book is more of a marketing tool than it is a moneymaker. But it's funny how the kids were impressed by that. But
Yeah, but no, I did thankfully have all of my Excel files with my customer list, my team lists, all of that. So I did kind of fall back on some of that.
Um, do you, I didn't see when it all happened on your page and stuff. Me personally, I think I would avoid talking about how it got disconnected. How did you decide to handle that?
So yeah, I kind of did that. Basically, um, I didn't really go into the whole thing. I just kind of, talked about the switch and where we're going from here. And,
Oh,
it's
good.
a new journey or a new chapter. And, I didn't really do the drama part of it or the negativity part of it. Just that I was going through something and this was a change, and, you know, this is where we're at now.
So now
And
you're a
this is what
couple
I
years,
found, to replace, and,
yeah. Now you're a
blah, blah, blah.
couple years out. How do you feel like you made the right decision doing it that way? Now you're a couple years
I
away from
do. I do. A lot of people were telling me, they're like, your story needs to be heard and you need to tell everybody. And I just,
it. How does
did
it?
not feel right with that. It didn't sit right with me because number
Well, not
one,
only
it was
that,
very
but ask
personal.
them, the ones that are saying to do that, though, how is that going to profit you monetarily by telling?
Correct. And it was very personal to me because it was very heartbroken and like it's shattering for me and all that. So
Yeah. And
I
you know,
didn't
too,
really
the
want to
corporate
put that on my
people,
customers, like you
well,
don't want to.
yeah, and the corporate people that either we all get along with or we don't or whatever that are at our corporate at Avon corporate,
Mhm.
they don't always stay there.
No.
So you may end up having to deal with them again.
Yes. Yeah, I
So
still keep in contact with some different people.
right,
Um,
so to me, yeah, I would avoid the whole topic like the plague because you don't know what you're going to have to deal with
yeah.
down the road. So I think that was a smart decision that you made.
Yeah. So thank you. Yeah,
Yes.
it was hard. It was a long process. I think I was in hiding for like 6 months.
Oh
And people are
God.
like, "Did you move?" I'm like, "No, I'm just getting my brain together here." Like,
Yeah, that's hard. Yeah, I
yeah.
think, yeah, I don't know. I think if anything happens, I'm gonna have to just not talk about it at all. I'm just gonna go, oh, here we go. Here we go, new adventure. Because I think that's the cut. Because if we want to be serious here, customers may be empathetic at first or whatever, but they don't really care. They just want their stuff.
Mhm.
So if you have something better, that's awesome too. Customers are willing to listen to that. I don't
Well,
think
I will say
creepy.
the customers that I like know one on one and I had the conversation with,
Mhm.
they personally were like, "Well, we're never buying Avon again. What's your new stuff? What do you have?" So they basically were like wanted to support me. But that was like one-on-one conversations. That wasn't anything that
Yeah.
I mass publicly put out there.
No, and see that's a way to handle it though, because they were buying from you
Hmm.
as a person.
Yeah.
So I think that would happen. So yeah, the only reason I ask is because so let's all for a second think not that the world's gonna end everything, but let's think relaunch of your own whatever you are doing. Like I'm doing Avon still, so let's think relaunch. What would I do if I had to start over today? Because sometimes when you think that way, you could start doing stuff that would make a difference. So, um, Deanna, if you were starting over with any company, it doesn't matter which one, if you're starting over today, what's the first thing that you'd do?
The first thing I would do is, well, I'd let all my customers know what I'm doing, like reach out and be excited and, about what I've got to share now. I mean,
And you keep
through,
yours
through
in a
those,
database, right? You've got your database of the customers.
yeah, I have Excel sheets. And then I'm trying to get everybody in SendOutCards as well, but I have so many people in Excel that that would require like a day to just sit down and do.
Wait, do you know
Um,
that you can import into their database?
oh, okay.
You should
Yeah,
ask
I should do
Scola.
that.
Scola's done it. I haven't done that. Or either that, or I think they could do it for you at SendOutCards, the customer service could tell
What
you
is
how to
Okay.
do it. But you can import.
That would be
I've never done that though, so I can't tell you. I've entered all mine one at a time.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
if
because
you've
I
got a
do have
bunch,
like I said, my
yeah.
team info and all my customer info, all my backups, downloads or whatever files.
Yeah, the thing I'm even bring that up because um I think it's useful to think that way every once in a while about the businesses that we're doing, no matter which one you're in. And I've talked to a lot of brand new Avon representatives, and it's funny that they think they've told everybody. And then this one guy says to me, I put it all over social media. And I said, okay, so how many friends or connections do you have on Facebook? And he said 154. And I'm like, well,
Oh
there's
wow.
problem one because
Yeah.
because out of the 154, only maybe one is going to see your post unless all 154 actually went to your page for unknown reason to see if you posted, but it's not going to be in their feed, only maybe one. And I think some people get it in their head that just because you put it up, all of your friends see it.
Yeah,
And
no.
that's not at all. So I was telling them one of the first things that I would do if I were him is the maximum on Facebook is 5,000. Shoot for that. Because as soon as I found out it was 5,000, I was shooting for that.
And
You know,
I was looking at my Facebook page the other night, and I
mhm.
found something very interesting, and I don't know if a lot of people know this. I switched over to the digital, like you mentioned,
Professional.
and yeah, and I have weekly challenges.
Yes.
I have to get 10 new followers and create 7 new public posts.
Yeah.
And then I was like, wait, I have challenges? I had no idea that. So get 10 new followers, create 7 new public posts, reply to 10 comments, and I'm not good at that. I don't always reply. As you know, Lisa, you automatically share your Instagram post to Facebook and explore comments manager. So those are my weekly goals and I was like, I had no idea that Facebook was giving me weekly goals.
You know, who's the master of, he actually replies to everyone who comments, which I don't know how he does that, is Bob Berg, the Go Giver guy. I just even Jeff tries to do exactly what Bob does. He emulates Bob, and Jeff can't even keep up with it. I can't keep up with it. I find that very hard to do. Is anyone else having trouble doing that? Or you know what I mean? With people, like if I put up breakfast, maybe 10 people will say something. I don't always get all 10. I don't always say something to all 10.
You have to do it right away because otherwise
Yeah.
it's not going to happen. And then,
Right.
like, if an hour goes by or whatever, I might go back to that post and then respond on everybody that's responded in that past hour or whatever. But yeah, it's hard, but you have to literally do it right then and there or go back and do a chunk of it, if that makes sense.
It helps, I think helps Facebook likes it when you do that, when you go back.
It
Yeah.
push your information. If this is the one thing I learned from Brenda, um, the more you're active on Facebook and commenting on people and doing things and creating connections and conversations, the more Facebook will push your stuff out to more people.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
the people that you interact with the most is who's going to see your stuff. So
Right.
by you replying to their comment, that's an interaction.
And you know, they give you a list of the people that are going to your page the most. And when I look at my list, it's mostly people I wouldn't have thought because I haven't seen them comment very much, but they're going to the page a lot. So they're I just looking, I guess. I don't
Yeah.
know. I
Yeah.
didn't think of that.
But now that
Yeah,
I
there's
know
a
that
lot of
there's
people that'll
goals,
just look, won't say anything because I'll have a post and it'll say like 200 views, but I'll have like 10 comments.
Oh no, I have that too. I have that all the
Yeah.
time. Yeah. Yeah. I'm actually surprised when there's a lot of comments on something. Some of the ones that have taken off, I don't understand. But like one of my best reels was, I said I was just trying to put some up. This was way at the beginning. I was just trying to throw ones together because I didn't know what I was doing. I was trying to get the hang of it. So I said I'm going to do it every day for 2 weeks or something like that. And one of the ones I did was Alex, when I wasn't home, and I said, "Did you walk the dog?" He would send me a picture of the dog pooping every day. So I had like a whole thing of dog pooping pictures and I put them in a reel and did Who Let the Dogs Out, that music to it. And I actually had someone stop me at the store here in town in disgust and tell me how horrible. But I'm like, you saw it, didn't you? Like, but that was like one of my most viewed ones too. It was like, oh, I didn't even really want to see those pictures. I was just desperate for something to make a reel out of.
Yeah, you'd be surprised at what people look at. I had a live I did or video or whatever, and it was just because I was in the drive-through at Church's Chicken and I was trying to decide. I'd been there so long and I was trying to decide, do I stay, do I go? I had 1.5 million views or thousand views on that
Wow.
and comments. It was ridiculous. Yeah, and it was all about the chicken. I don't know if it's because I was so passionate or what, but
I haven't tried churches yet. That's on my list when we go
oh,
down
they're
south.
so good.
Oh, it's better
Churches is
than
good.
Popeyes?
Yeah, it's totally different and it's better. Yes, yes.
Mhm.
It's that
Is that
good fried greasy chicken with a crunch.
Oh, because I was always a Kentucky Fried Chicken devotee. I thought that
Yeah,
was the best thing ever, and I'd never even heard of Popeyes. And of course, she likes Popeyes, and that's right
Popeyes is
near.
good,
There's one right
but
near him.
churches is
They don't
I
have a
was getting.
churches near him though,
Oh,
Mm.
we
but
just
he
got
says he
one,
knows
and
it.
that was part of the problem. Like everybody and their mama, people were waiting for like 5 hours for their chicken.
Oh God.
I didn't wait that long, but yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah, there's a Popeyes and a Burger King right near him that is closed at the moment. They're saying that they had an oil, I mean, no, a gas leak, which in the city, everybody has gas going to their house. If you don't know this, to heat and do their stove and stuff. So they are saying there was a gas line leak at that restaurant, it's a combo restaurant, but now it's been 3 weeks. It doesn't make sense. They're not losing that kind of money. And of
Oh
course,
yeah.
Ty right away goes, rats. I'm like, oh, thank you. Right away. He's like, rats. Oh God. Ah.
Yeah.
But they're so packed in the section he lives. I mean, Yonkers has got a lot of people in it, and it's city, and there's just rats. And although how can I even say that? I have rats here. I have to have an exterminator because we live quite a bit apart from people, but one of my neighbors free range feeds her chickens. And when you free range feed them, it makes rats come and they go to the houses near them. So the exterminator guy has to come for all of us because of that one person that free feeds their chickens outside.
Yeah, the difference between those rats and the rats in New York City are probably the size, because the rats in New York City
Blech.
Are
are
big.
like big. They're
Oh,
big
yeah.
because
No,
they're fat. They're
nothing.
fat. They're big and they're fat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ty had a little mouse in his apartment. I was like, oh my God. No,
No,
no, I have cats, so I don't usually see them mice.
Nope, nope,
Oh,
nope. I give you what's that Ratatouille? That cartoon.
yeah.
That's about as ratty as we're gonna get.
Oh, so anyway, card wise, um, I personally make sure. Oh, you know what was somebody? Oh, Jeff's ex-wife. This is hilarious. I don't know how I got. I think it was because I've known them now 3 years, right? So I haven't met. I've met one of the daughters, not the other one, but we did way at the beginning when we first were doing that show when we were launching the book. I called the daughters to come on special on the Zoom because it was his birthday. So that's how I ended up meeting them to start with. But then when I found out that his current wife wasn't the daughter's mother, and then I thought, well, when I send cards to the three of them about the grandkids, I'd like to send one to the mother of the. So I asked Jeff for the address and I started including her in the cards with the grandkids on it. So then she started buying Avon from me, and she sent him a message lately saying it was to their group chat for the family. And I had just sent them all the card with the pictures of me having lunch with one of the daughters. And they're going, oh, we love her so much. And his ex-wife said, she's the best Avon lady I've ever had. And he sent me screenshots, and I'm like, oh, that's awesome. But they get such a kick out of the cards. And it's funny, Jeff too. It's funny but he can't seem to do them himself because he signed up and never really did it. And then one of our other Go Giver buddies signed up and never really did it. I'm not sure. I think it's you have to get into the habit of doing it every day. That just has to be one of those things because I don't think I was being that consistent at the beginning. And I fall off the wagon once in a while, not with the 10 lately, but you know what? I figured out how much it cost me to miss. That did it. I'm like, every card that I miss is at least almost a $3 thing. So that's like 3 times 10, that's $30.
yeah.
I'm throwing $30 out my window every time I miss a day or a card. I'm throwing $3 out the window. And when I started thinking about it like that, because it's not cumulative. I get 10 cards a day. It doesn't roll over. So if I don't send them, I'm just throwing it out the window. And I keep thinking every single card I do send, like this recruiting one that I'm doing right now, the flat card, I sent what, 4 of these this morning? I sent 10 cards, but 4 of them were this. A week from now, 4 people might sign up because of this card, or they might give it to someone else, or they might, and then at the bottom it says, look at a purchase instead. Here's my link for that, or might buy from me. And I've done it so long, so consistently. I think that's why my orders are picking up
Yeah.
and my recruits are picking up.
You know, one day last week, I think it was last week or it was the week before, I didn't get to start sending my cards until like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I took my laptop and everything out into the living room, and after we ate dinner, that's our Sean and my time to watch TV and spend time together and catch up. And I sat there and I was like, I gotta send my cards. I gotta send my cards. So it was like 9:30 before I had them all sent, but I had them all sent. And
nice.
I was like, I did it. I did it. But there was one day a couple weeks ago, maybe even now a month or so ago, that I missed one day and I don't know how I did it. I don't know what happened, but I missed a day and I'm like, where did that day go? What did I do? Why did I not send the cards? It made no sense to me.
I don't know. When I miss, it's usually I'm exhausted and I can't deal with it.
Yeah, I don't
fine.
know what happened.
But the recruiting one and the customer one for me are the easiest ones to do. So like if I get down to Ty's house, we're having fun and doing stuff, and then I think, oh God, I got to do the 10 cards today. I'll do 10 of this one or 10 of that one because I can just pull it off the custom card, send it. All I'm really doing is just sending it. I don't have to design anything. I don't have to change anything. I'm just sending it and checking it off my list. So you may want to think about that because it shouldn't take you hours and hours if you're doing some like these mixed in with some of the heartfelts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah, I just have to get organized. I have to get my head together. I have to get this all figured out because I know that I can be successful. I just have to stop putting my thoughts in the way. And yeah.
I started thinking back when I was in the trailer park, really grinding it out and clawing my way up there. And back then, I did not let a day go by without getting an order. And about a couple months ago, I thought, why aren't I doing that now? Why aren't I still doing that? I didn't, if it was like 7 at night and I still didn't have an order, I'm calling around or I'm texting people or I'm doing something, emailing people and not asking for orders. I'm just going, hey, how you doing? I remember last time I was at your house, the dog had just gone to the vet. How did that go? And when I do stuff like that, the customer would come back and say, oh, that worked out pretty good. And now that you're emailing me, I did want something when I didn't even bring it up. That's
Right.
how that used to work.
Yeah.
Really good. And it works
Oh.
still because I'm still doing that now that I've got my head back into I'm not going to let a day go by without getting an order.
Well, I think this year is my 13th, going to be my 13th year. My anniversary is in October, so I think it's my 13th year. And honest to God, I think I have only actually sold for a year and a half. That was it. And my first year that I was in here, I wanted so bad to be President's Club. I worked my butt off to be President's Club. And I wanted it by October, by my 1 year anniversary. And I didn't get it by October. I got it in November. And I was so mad because I didn't have it by October. But I got it. And that's the only year I did that because then the following year, Deanna, so I can understand when you say that you had your breakdown because shortly after I made President's Club, I think 10 people on my team. Everything was going really, really well. And then one morning I woke up in a panic because he was back in the hospital. They didn't know if he was going to make it. He was really, really sick. I was still trying to work, and I woke up in a panic. And then, of course, what something had to give, or I was going to have a nervous breakdown. So what I gave away was my Avon. I stopped selling. I stopped recruiting. I stopped communicating with my team. I stopped communicating with my customers. And since then, I've just had a really hard time getting back to where I was 13 years ago. But, and every time, and Sean tells me this all the time, he's like, babe, if you're not going to do this, you need to quit because you're spending money. Like I have a balance right now for $200 that I have to pay, which I will pay. I'll get it paid. But it's because I ordered $200 worth of stuff that I really shouldn't have ordered, that I didn't, that I
Also,
didn't need.
it's costing you because you're doing more hobby than
Yes,
business wise.
I was
yes.
just gonna say they always say if you work your business like a business, it'll pay you like a business. If you work it like a hobby, it'll cost you like a hobby.
I was just
Yep.
thinking that same quote.
Yeah, but the
Yeah.
thing with me is I get I get panic attacks. I get not necessarily like full blown panic attacks, but like if I don't have to leave my house, I don't want to leave my house.
But you don't have
So
to do
now I
this.
have to figure out a way to snowball
I mean, you
that. And
already know how to do this. You already know
right,
how
but
to
it's
do
the
this without
fear.
leaving.
It's that whole fear that I have. And that's why I love you guys, because you guys, you don't realize that just smacked me in the face. Like something happened on a, I don't remember if it was Team Time Tuesday or if it was this one, but somebody said something and it got under my skin. And I don't even think they said it to me. And I went and I made a video about campaign 13. It's on YouTube. Not many people have seen it, but the few people that did see it from when I mentioned it on Team Time, they told me how good it was.
It is good. I went and saw it.
Yeah. And I'm like, that's what I need to do. I just need to say the way the way I used to be, ladies, is I used to be, and excuse my language, but I used to be like a fuck it. If you don't like me, I'm just gonna do what I want to do. I don't care. And I wish I could find that person again.
Here we go. So I hadn't made a sale yet today,
And you
and I
just
just
got it.
got a text message. Hello, I live nearby you and where, and I took your number down because I got the yellow sign out on the, I've got my sign out right now. And I wasn't putting the sign out, and I was doing something else, and I saw the sign sitting there, and I thought, you idiot, why is the sign not out? I've got stock of Skin So Soft in the house, which no one knows I have.
Yeah.
Why is my sign not out? I put it out for the theater and took it back in when the theater thing was over. And just so I put that out, and that's who it is. Someone wants some. She said, "I'm interested in purchasing some Skin So Soft insect spray for my husband's golf bag. I love it." So that's going to be my sale. Yeah, not
And
not just that. I'm going to a customer's house to have coffee on her porch after after the call. But yeah, but you know what, Maureen? Consider this option. You know what makes it a little harder for me not to be all work all time? So I'm living on this. There isn't
yeah.
anybody else or no other money. This is it. Maybe convince yourself that you're living off of this money. Say, I better figure this out because there could come a point where I have to live off this income.
Mhm.
If I don't have that other money coming in, I suddenly have to live off of this. Why don't I start acting like that now? Like I'm living off of this now. And it's made it, of course, I do have to live off of it. So I think I'm pretty, matter of fact, when I first started going with Ty, he said, I don't want you ever to let me distract you from work. And I said, I don't mean this in a bad way, but it would take a lot more more than you're thinking. I said, many people have tried. Many people have tried, and no one's been able to do that. If anything, they complain that I work too much, but it's because I have to live off this money, and I'm not willing to have a small life over this.
Yeah.
I need to earn a lot of money because I want to have a big old life. So maybe convince yourself that this is a big giant problem that you have to make this work because there's going to come a point where you have to pay all your bills with it. Or do you think that would be too much pressure? For me, that works. I don't sit around feeling sorry for myself. I sit there thinking, man, you better figure this out, girlfriend. I'm
Well,
like, let's start making a list. Let's make a bunch of lists. Let's start doing shit because
yeah.
I've got to make this work.
Well, we need to get a new roof. We need a new roof. And the roof, we've gotten four or three quotes. So it's anywhere between 12 and $20,000 for the new roof. And I'm thinking, okay, obviously I don't have any money sitting around, but we got to figure something out to get this new roof. And the only reason we found out we needed a new roof is because our homeowner's insurance, the the guy that we were using, he closed his shop and moved out of Nevada. So then they mailed us a letter and said you need, it's going to be canceled. So we got a new company and they came out and they did the thing. And I don't know what that stuff is called that's on the paper, but it's like sand or whatever.
Yeah.
Those little, well, because of the wind we get here, some of them are starting to be empty, if that
Oh,
makes any sense.
yeah.
So they decided they canceled the new company we had canceled and we got another new company. But that's how we found out that we need a new roof because we're not missing any shingles. We're not missing anything. It's just the fact that that sandy stuff
Oh,
is starting. So I'm sitting there thinking, okay, I got to help out and try to figure out how we're going to come up with this money to pay for this roof. So I will tell you, I started writing out some goals for June, July, and August. And because it's January, February, March, April, May, June. No, it should be July, August, September. It should be quarter three. Yeah, July, August, September. Carry more brochures, post consistently, have personal goals, maybe do a welcome wagon and, stuff I'm thinking about. And I'm like, I carry brochures because I got that cute little bag with the
mhm.
flowers. I carry brochures, but I don't give them out because I don't talk to people.
Well, and the other thing is you probably want to add, you have to make a sale every day because you could keep really busy with a lot of the other stuff, but one of
Yeah.
them needs to be something that is an actual money producer, I think. Because believe me, I spend a whole bunch of time getting people to know what I do because that is the number one a priority. But I also know I need an order every day now. I need an order. I need somebody to buy something. Somebody buy something.
And I
If
and I think and I think you're right. I think somewhere along the line the send out cards are also going to work in this for me. I just have to figure out where I can get them to work for me because I don't put an ad or anything on the back of my cards. My cards have the heart or my cards have something else. I don't have an ad.
Well, you can tell me if this is true or not. Are you like having the struggle in your head that if it has something to do with work, that people will perceive you as not being as kind as you would be if it had nothing to do with work? Okay, I see that a lot. And you know what? All my stuff has ads on it. If people think that, they certainly don't tell it to me. And I have decided that I'm not going to let that be. I'm not going to even entertain that thought in my head. I think people are sitting at home. Now, this is me saying it. Don't forget, I'm sure no, they're all not thinking that, but I don't care. I think they're sitting home saying, you know what? Good for her. She's sitting there paying all the bills there and have for 30 years. And if she has to put the little ad on the back of her car, well, go girl. You know what I mean? And I think the majority of people are saying that kind of stuff. And they'll say that stuff about you too. They're not going to say, she's always shoving that Avon in my face. They're going to say, look at her. She's out there taking control of this situation. You go, girl. See, I think that
I
that's
think
more apt.
I have, okay, so I have both my businesses on the back of my card, my travel and my beauty businesses. I just have like the logos and the information, whatever. But I also have the send out card link, send a free card, blah, blah, blah. So I think when people get a card though, they're more focused on the excitement of getting a card and what it is than what's on the back or that it's from you as a business owner. I don't even think that even comes into play, to be honest with you.
To them, yeah, to them.
Because not everybody replies or like posts my stuff, but even when they do post my stuff, they post everything, the whole card, the front, the inside, the back. And so that's free marketing for you that you're not even doing anything for. And then even the people that don't post, they message me and just say, "Oh, thank you for the card." So they still have it and it's still subliminally going by them that, "Oh, you're whatever business you are," and when they need that, they'll pop in their head, so that's why not utilize it? It's there.
And do you know you're still helping people? No, you're sending them a feel-good card. You're thinking, I'm helping them have a better day. When you're sending an Avon card or a recruiting card or whatever you're sending, that's still helping people. You're helping them get the stuff they want, or you're helping them earn the money that they want. So it's not one or the other. It's not um, feel good cards good, business cards bad. It's not. You know what I mean? I would mix it up, and you don't have to every day that my mix is different. It's not the same because I just finished the customer list. So tomorrow I don't have the other card ready yet, the new card for the customer list. Printing the list is on my to-do list. So tomorrow my mix is going to be different because I don't have the customer cards to do. So I'm going to end up doing a few more recruiting cards and some more big cards. And chances are, because I'm going to be down his house for till Sunday, even Saturday is probably going to be all recruiting cards because I'm not going to want to take the time to figure the rest of it out. I'm just going to go, well, you know what? I got this list and it's good to go. I'm just going to go with that. So I think if you work them in, you'd be surprised. And if everything else fails, just grab your street and go backwards. I can't talk about this because we're going to get it so the episode won't air.
I get what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do because
it
actually I did that months. I did that months ago. We have a new development over by me, some new townhouses or condos or whatever they are. So I went and I got everybody's address in there and actually paid. I actually paid and sent out like 50 cards or 60 cards. And I never heard anything from anybody.
But it's a one hit. You did one hit.
I only did a one hit.
Right.
So
when you get an ad in your mailbox, when you get an ad in your mailbox, or you see an ad on TV, the first time you see it, do you run out and buy whatever it is?
No. So I was thinking that I need to send them more. I need to send them another card. That's why I thought all these people. So I printed out the Avon customer list, and then I have the potential customers in send out cards. I was going to mail them all a 4th of July card.
A few a day.
A few a day.
Yeah. Because why cost yourself money when you're already doing it? You already get 10.
Yep. And it's got my stuff on the envelope so they know that it's Avon. And
I got the tie one. Thank you. I'm going to bring it to them this weekend. That's awesome. I love that picture of them guys.
I thought that was do you think he's going to like the poem?
Yes. Yes, I do. He'll like the word thing too.
Yeah.
Jane can't do that, but I mean,
no.
They'll like the whole thing to start. Ty really will like it. This picture, Jaden doesn't usually smile is what's awesome about the picture.
Yeah.
He's smiling in that. I don't know how we got him to do that. It's a freak thing.
See, that's usually what my back is.
Switzerland. What?
Yes. See the back of that? That's usually one of my that's my go-to back right there.
No, and I like it. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just it makes me think because I know you and I know this situation, not just you, but send out cards in general and the other send out cards people we know. It's just that people who put that with no thing usually are afraid they're being perceived as being pushy or something. So do you think
Okay.
I'm pushy?
Oh, not at all.
Then I put it on everything.
Okay.
And
Make a
Maureen,
new
you
back.
could even keep that. You could even, Lisa, that she had that
Yeah.
back right there. You could
Yeah.
even keep that, just make it a smaller square and then put your Avon logo picture, whatever, right next to it. Like
Yeah.
you could do both because I have
There's
two.
a template that has the two.
Yep.
Yeah,
Mm,
that's a thought. But
okay.
it's no one's gonna think bad. They're gonna sit there and think, you go, girl, look at that. Look at that. She's out there
Okay.
getting it. And you know what's funny? That now I'm gonna get we're getting the end, so I'm now gonna say that works for the dating thing too, by the way. In high school, what used to be considered like slutty now is like, you go, girl, look at you go. Oh, you
Yep.
go, girl.
Yeah. Well, I did not mean to make this a therapy session.
Well, no, but you know what? If you're feeling that way, somebody else is listening, it does too.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and you know, the funny part is, at least I don't know how like Donna and Deanna feel, and Penny and Robin, but there's such a short distance between being unprofitable and where you owe money and it's like a hobby and making money. There's a line, and it's not a big jump. You'd be surprised once you make the jump. You'd be
Okay.
surprised.
Okay. We're gonna go on a little field trip, Lisa.
Okay.
I should have did this on my phone, but I go for a little field trip.
Because it's not as big of a leap as you're thinking, I think. But that you do need to get a handle on the consistency, in my opinion. So, because I've known a lot of Avon representatives over the years, the ones in my district and all that, and the difference
Daisy May.
between me and them was consistency.
Daisy May, come here. Daisy May. Daisy May, where are you? Sit down, Daisy. Sit, Daisy. Daisy. She doesn't listen.
Oh, look. Oh,
Daisy. Daisy May.
bye, Deanna. She's got to run and set it for the farmer's market. I'm
She knows the
assuming it was
cats are
farmers,
behind
not
that.
framers.
She knows the
Awesome.
cats are behind that fence.
Oh, that's so cute. That's cute. A new dog's always fun.
Yeah, well, she's been here for a week today, and she inadvertently introduced herself to the cats last week, and it didn't go so good.
Does it ever?
There was blood all over my kitchen.
Yeah. But when we first got Bo, the cats decided they were going to protest and pee in my bed.
Oh,
But they got over it. They got over
yeah. Daisy May.
it. Now they bully the dog.
Oh, she's 11 years old. She's a pit bull terrier. That's pretty much all we know.
So Maureen, the consistency thing, have you tried doing like writing a list or doing the thing on the app? There's an app where you can check yourself off.
You know, I'm not good at making lists, but I'm trying to get better.
Well, yeah, but maybe there's apps where that it feels like you're playing a game. So you put it, maybe you're only going to do one or two things, but you're going to do it every single day, and you don't get to do the little check on your phone until you actually do it, and then it lights it up green or something. It feels like it's not feels like list writing. That's my thing.
Okay.
But they got an app. You might try doing that, and they got free ones because I've done that
What are you
before.
doing?
And some of them, when you do your little task for the day, it plays music.
Ooh.
Woo. But
Ooh.
you might try that, because when I'm trying to get a new habit going that I'm going to do every day, I'll resort to doing that until I can get it in my head. And then I
Right.
have to sometimes I have to restart if I fall off the wagon. Uh, I have to get back in and do it again. But the consistency, like over all these years, all of these people that I met doing Avon and being in my district and all that stuff, the difference between me and them has been very small. It's not that I'm smarter, believe me. It's definitely not that I'm better looking. Definitely not that I'm skinnier. Definitely, there's a lot of things it's not. Right? And matter of fact, most of the other ones um, weren't working another job. They were living off their spouse's income. So I always considered it a benefit that I was living off my own because I had to work harder.
Yeah.
They had a reason not to do it. I had a reason to do it. So you may want to get a handle on those. And I'm not just saying it to you. I'm for all of us.
Yeah, I know, I know, I know,
Yeah,
I
all of us
know.
listening.
So in 30 days, 30 days from today,
Mhm.
because we got to give it a month, we'll check back in. I mean, I know we talk every week, but I'll check back in and let y'all know what I've done and if I've done
Awesome.
anything
Awesome.
and if I've gotten any customers. And yeah, I just I don't know, sometimes I just beat myself up a lot. And I don't know why, because
That's why if you convince yourself that you're going to have to live on this income, just say, you know what? I've just got to figure this out. You'll stop thinking about beating yourself up because it won't matter.
yeah,
You can say or do all those things you want. If you have to live off of it, you're still going to have to, they still want the mortgage no matter how I feel about it.
that's
They
true.
still, at the gas station, they still want money for gas no matter how I feel about it.
Mhm.
So it makes me do the things I have to do every day because to me, I don't have a choice. I'm not interested in not having the things I have. I'm not interested in that. I'm not interested in participating in being poor again. No, I'm not interested in that.
Yeah,
So
see, I would do
I have to.
anything. I would love to take an actual vacation, like take a real vacation where him and I don't have to worry about anything. I can put my
Well, we'd
big
all
old
like that
ass in the
though.
sand, you
I'd
know.
like that too, but
But I
right.
mean, I really like to take a vacation. And we have never taken a real vacation. We've,
Ooh, Ty's talking dirty to me. Sorry.
ooh,
He just texted me something dirty.
ooh,
Uh,
ooh.
No, so it would motivate you more to pay for a vacation than it would like the roof?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Because to me, I don't know. I feel like the guy on Titanic, I'm on top of the world. I feel like that when I like bring garbage down to the dumpster, look back at the house that I paid for,
Mm,
and I beat my chest and roar, and that does it for me. I'm like, listen here. You know what I mean? People can say or do whatever they want, make fun of me all they want, but I paid for this house. I worked hard and I worked hard consistently every single day for years. And there's something awesome
mhm.
about that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But whatever's going to work for you. If it's vacation, then vacation. Then plan it. So anyway, we're 2 o'clock and I've got to go visit that customer, plus round up my new Skin So Soft sale for my new customer. So listen, see if you can go out there and if you're not doing the 10 cards a day, do one at least. Do something. Do something every single day for this and something for your other business if you're in something else.
Mhm.
Because that's what's going to get you being consistent is taking consistent actions every day. And you'll get to the point where you're like me, where Ty says he doesn't want to distract me. I'm like, I I don't mean this bad way, but it'd take a bigger man than you for that. I'm like, sorry. He didn't know I meant it because he was actually like, okay, and now he knows I mean it.
Right.
Because no
Yeah.
matter what happens, I work. So anyway, thank you all very much. I'm going to put the replay up on YouTube, and we will talk to you later on.
Love you guys.
We
Bye.
love you and have a good week.